There are certain things that when the majority of us get behind the wheel of our favorite motorized conveyance, we find ourselves overtly concerned with. For instance, how close is the cell phone, and thus how quickly can I get to it when that ping goes off notifying me there's a response to my Facebook message about the latest video featuring that dancing macaw that looks exactly like Adrian Brody? Or does that new soft drink container actually fit properly into the center console? And why in the name of all that is holy can no one figure out how to keep a drink cold without having the exterior of said container sweat buckets into the holder and thus leave me with the need to blow dry the receptacle or, horrors, clean it by hand? Or how could my satellite radio provider dare remove the all-polka channel in favor of a summer filled with musical frauds that repeat the same lyrics over and over and over again? Please get off my lawn right now. All this when we should be concerned with important matters such as not looking at the damned phone. Do we have an actual spare tire in the boot? Can we change it without alerting the National Guard? And how many miles per gallon is my car getting? And how much money am I leaving on the road because this bucket is sucking my wallet dry every time I get to a gas station? Hey, all are good questions. Let's begin by dealing with the one your federal government is involved in. Buckle up the 5-point harness, 6-point for the really dedicated. Let's welcome back the lady who speaks of everything and anything automotive, nationally syndicated car coach, pedal to the metal with Lauren Fix, who won't ask any of those questions, but will just answer the really smart ones here. You got that?
Good idea.
Here we go. 54.5 miles per gallon is what the EPA wants all of our cars to get by 2025. They now say, nope, we're not backing off. 2025 is still it. You got to hit 54.5. Okay, why is that not a great idea?
Well, initially, when they said they were going to do that, all the manufacturers said, well, we'll have to make the cars lighter, eliminate things that people like spare tires, and put on low-rolling resistant tires that are run flats, that are excessively expensive, that don't cost the manufacturer money, they cost you money. So when you start thinking about that, we thought, oh, okay, we'll swallow that bitter pill in order to make those numbers. There's a lot of negatives to going to 54.5 miles to the gallon. The first thing that came to my mind is, okay, so we earn that. We put a bunch of electric cars on the road, a bunch of hybrids, maybe some compressed natural gas known as CNG. Now what? Well, then that lowers the amount of money that's available to repair the roads and bridges, because your gas taxes, they take that money per state and feds and they use it to repair the roads and bridges. Well, here's the dilemma. If the fuel economy is higher, there's less money in that fund, which means the roads aren't going to get repaired. Great spot for autonomous cars as well. So now we've come to the point where the manufacturers say this is not obtainable. And just about a month ago, the feds said, you know, you're right, we're going to have to reevaluate this. Well, they changed their minds. Does that surprise you?
That doesn't surprise me at all, but I'll play devil's advocate here. Okay, so there is less gas tax, and we go to electrics, we go to propane, we go to whatever you want here. Isn't that still a good idea? And doesn't that then force the federal government to find money elsewhere? Because let's face it, Lauren, we're wasting trillions of dollars on ridiculous things that don't get done, earmarks out there. If we just stopped spending stupid money, we'd have plenty of money to fix the roads. We wouldn't necessarily have to rely on a gas tax.
Well, now you've opened up a Pandora's box.
I love it.
Because the money is actually not going to the roads and bridges, number one. They're going to the general fund, which allows them to buy $1,000 toilets and allow them to have personal and private planes and have free cars and free everything for anyone who's in Congress. However, going back, where are we going to get the money? Let's find another resource. Guess what they're planning to do? And they've already started the paperwork in California and Oregon, and that is charge you by the mile plus the gas tax. So you'll get nailed both ways, because they're saying it's just so unfair that people that have electric vehicles and plug-ins aren't paying for the use of the roads. So we're going to charge you by the mile, but not just you. We're going to charge everyone, because this administration has been absolutely putting the pressure as much as they can on you and I to get rid of our gasoline-powered vehicles that we can stop at any gas station from coast to coast, to get a plug-in vehicle that people don't want. And we can tell that because sales are down by 1/3, and they still have not increased them, but we're all forced to build these vehicles that nobody wants at a loss to the manufacturers in order to meet the 54.5 miles per gallon by CAFE, which is corporate average fuel economy. That's your full circle in reality.
All right, there's that Pandora's box. Oh my goodness, it has to start with graft and people taking money under the table. That could take us for at least another 3 or 4 years talking about this.
Sad but true.
Okay, here we go. Google's self-driving car involved in another crash. There's the headline. Wait a minute, though. Because we're not the hyperbolic ones here. They didn't cause it. The car was not to blame. Somebody hit the car from behind by another vehicle, speed of about 7 miles an hour. Okay, look, here's the thing. Google cars have been involved in nearly a dozen collisions in California since they started the test in 2014. Hey, Lauren, isn't that called testing?
It is called beta testing. Unlike Tesla, who likes to let their customers do the beta testing, Google is actually, or Alphabet is themselves. And they're finding that the sensor in back did not notify the person in the passenger seat, hey, we had a problem. There's someone coming up really fast from behind. And, you know, what can you do? If you're parked in traffic, there's nothing you could do. You just kind of have to, I guess, relax and take the hit from behind. But it was 7 miles an hour, so it was like a little bump.
It was a tap.
However, this is a problem with autonomous cars being mixed in with regular cars. And as I said before, over and over again, the federal government had their way. Every car would be autonomous and every other car would be outlawed. Great. So those people that have millions of dollars invested in collector cars, which we'll be talking about from Pebble Beach in 2 weeks, I will tell you, you're not going to tell someone who spent $35 million in a car that you can't drive it. But that's what the federal government would actually like, if they have their way. And they're pushing that really, really hard right now by investing in autonomous cars that people don't want. Again, more stuff we don't want.
All right, now you talked about classic cars here. I've got a couple of minutes left. Let's talk about this. I did begin to automobile salivate just a little bit when I read this story. A Chevy Corvette Z06, a Maryland-based designer. They took the engine out. They put a modified electric engine in. They got 205.6 miles per hour. I want one right now. Come on. I know how much we talk about electric. I know it. But an electric vehicle that does 200 miles an hour? Come on. That's pretty cool.
Well, you know what? Even Tesla's vehicles are fast. The problem is when you put your foot down to the ground on anything that's electric, anything, you deplete the battery quite quickly. Unlike, I'll make you feel bad, unlike a brand new Shelby Mustang. And for you, a Hellcat, you can go at any local gas station and fill up or take it to any drag track and run it for the whole weekend and have a blast. If you've got an electric vehicle, that's where you have a problem, because you do one pass if you're at a drag track, and then you got to go plug it in for 24 hours.
Okay.
So, and if you're not going to buy a Corvette Z06, buy a Corvette Z06. Great vehicle. Okay,
well, wait a minute now. Don't go rubbing my nose in it here, but about a minute or so that I have left here, is it not fair to say, and I just was thinking about this when I saw this story, that still to this day, the Corvette itself is the single greatest American car ever. Sports car, style, whatever. That right there it ends. That's American engineering at its finest. The best.
That's a lot of great product being produced.
I know, but come on, a Corvette. Every guy and gal wants a Corvette. Isn't it still just the sexy car?
It depends what year, because I've had some really not good ones.
Okay, what were the bad years?
Anything in the 70s, pretty much. But if you pick up a September 53 car, the first one's in polo white with a red interior, with a blue streak engine. Oh, beautiful car. You know, into the 60s, the Stingrays, classics, gotta have one. But once after 69, they had a lot of emissions. Of course, federal government got involved and put emissions on all these cars and made them all smog monsters, and they were just terrible.
Oh, come on, that's the epitome American car, yes? The Corvette? Come on.
This up to the Stingray era. After 69, it's no longer. And then you got Mustang from 65. That's a pony car. You got all the Mopars. Those are unbelievable.
I know. You know, I'm a Mopar guy too, but I got to spit it out loud. I mean, when it comes down to the Corvette, I want one, and I want
new ones are better than
yours.
The 70s.
I want yours. Okay. If you want Lauren's car, good luck. But you can find out what she thinks about Corvettes and other cars. Go to laurenfix.com. Check out everything automotive there, constantly 24/7, and she joins us here right here on Fridays. We didn't get to Mopars. Lauren Fix, thanks a lot. Appreciate your time. Have a great weekend, darling. Talk to you soon. All right, now here's a programming reminder. If you watch Newsmax TV on Direct TV, we'll be moving our primetime shows to channel 366 in another week. You can begin watching us there right now, so check us out on channel 366. You will find us there permanently beginning next week, but go ahead and make the move with us. And if you want, you can make the move in a Chevy Corvette, or even better, a 1969 Dodge Charger RT with the original 440. Sweet. Rock on, true believers. That does it for us this week. We'll see you back here on Monday. Good night and good luck.